spirit and power of the Lord, man. Right? For the Most High's mercy truly endures forever, as it states in Psalm chapter 136. You reading the Shar?
Yep.
God, all praise to the Most High, man.
We about to dive right into it.
Right.
As brothers can see to your left or to your right, depending on your position, the milk lesson will be gambling, the gambling demon. Right? Because a lot of brothers, you struggling with gambling, right? It may not be any brother in this room, right? But we definitely know his brothers that's going to be watching, or sisters.
Right.
May have family members, and they struggle with this gambling addiction, which is ultimately just a demon. All right. Now we're going to pull out precepts, articles, facts, all pertaining to gambling and how it's wicked.
Real quick, look up the definition gambling, brother. Right, because we got to dissect these things. And this is all for the betterment of the spirit of the Israelites, man. Right, so you can grow in this truth. So you can find out what's right and what's wrong according to the Lord. Right, you might not say, well, brother, I don't see thou shalt not gamble in the scriptures. Well, this is where your discernment comes in at. Right, Salakia. So look up the word gambling. Right. Everything in the scriptures is not going to say thou shalt not. You have to have proper discernment. And don't be a fool in this truth. You have to have wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right, so we're going to look up the term gambling. Because the scriptures say a prudent man looketh well to his goings. The scriptures say the heart of the righteous studieth to answer in the book of Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 28. Right, so bring this out. So gamble, or gambling rather, it's a play games of chance for money, to bet. She was fond of gambling on cards and horses. Take risky action in the hope of a desired result. So pretty much you tempting the Lord, man. Right, so according to the Bible, we cannot gamble for money because it all goes back to the lust of money. Right, the scriptures say the love of money is the root of all evil. Let's get that in the book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 9. Right, this is not a game. This is something that we have to go into. You got Jake out here in the truth still damn rolling dice, gambling, going to the casinos, man. That's wicked. Now bring this out. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 9. Right? And you may not know, Salaki, you may have not known this, right? That's why we're here, to build up and edify Israel. Right? The scriptures say we do all things but love for your edifying. Because you got a lot of people that don't know. They still think, okay, I can go to the casino, I can gamble, I can roll dice. I don't really see where it says I can't in the scriptures. That's why we have to be those learned men to break it down to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Now bring this out, brother.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 9.
Right.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation.
Right. Those that be rich fall into temptation. Right. And you can see an example of that with these different celebrities, these actors, these actresses. For example, Jay-Z. Right. Who else? Who else, man? Master P.
Yeah.
Right. Britney Spears. Right. Hey, man, she bugged the hell out, man.
Yeah.
That money has perverted and polluted her spirit.
Yep.
Right. Read on.
And a snare into many foolish.
And the word snare means curse. Right. So these people have become cursed due to their money and their pride. Read on.
It's like into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
Into many foolish and hurtful lusts. Because when you got all that money, right, money can get to your head. What they say, more money, more problems. See, now you got all this riches and this wealth. Now you polluted. Now you freaking off. Right now you dealing with prostitutes. Right now you damn going to the casino. Right now you smoking weed. Now you buying drugs just because you got the money to do so. Right? So those that have money, they fall into many foolish and hurtful lusts. Okay, read on.
Which drown men in destruction, in perdition.
Right, which drawing men into destruction and perdition. Right, the word perdition means sin. Right, so don't be that brother that lust and covet out the money. Now you drawn into destruction and perdition. Okay, now give me 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 22.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
You said 32.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 22. Right, you got it.
Book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 22. Abstain from all appearance of evil.
What the Lord say?
Abstain from all appearance of evil.
That's playing upon tables. You got to abstain from all appearance of evil. Right? How does it look? You got two damn dice in your hand. Right? You kind of get down there. You kind of, okay. Right? And you picking up the, right? Come on, man. How does that look, man? That's wicked. Okay, read on. So the Lord said, abstain from all appearance of evil. So even something that looks evil, you got to abstain from it, right? It might not necessarily be a sin per se, but even if it looks evil, if it looks sinful, the Lord said you got to abstain from it, right? For example, gambling, right? For example, chancing for money. And this is what a lot of people do, brother, right? Look up casino real quick, right? Let's give Israel a visual of these things, right? Because we are visual people. We got to see certain things for us to really understand and learn, right? Some people learn by talk. Some people learn by vision, right? Some people learn by action. So we got to give the Israelites a visual depiction of what these things are, right? So you got the casino. You got all the bright lights, flashing lights. You got the poker games. You got everybody with a smile on their face, making merry. They happy. Read on. Okay, keep looking, Salakia. See that?
I got a precept too.
Con.
I got to point out these precepts.
Let me bring out this one more precept. Ecclesiastes 3 and 4. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 4. Right? So the point is, you got people with smiles on their face. They having fun. They making merry. And we not in the time of having fun and making merry. Right? We living in the midst of war right now. Right? The Lord said we are in spiritual warfare. Right? If you waking up with the intentions of going to the casino, blowing all your money to win big, your mind is not in the right place. Right? So get Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 4.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 4. A time to weep and a time to laugh.
Right? The Lord said it's a time to weep and it's a time to laugh. Read on.
A time to mourn and a time to dance.
A time to mourn and a time to dance. And the Lord said we have to go to the house of mourning. Right? Brothers should be praying in these last days, fasting, right? Afflicting their souls, right? To magnify their spirit. We're not in the time of going to casino, gambling, trying to win money, trying to win big, right? Now go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 1. Right?
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than a precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
Read on.
It is better to go to the house of mourning than go to the house of feasting.
That's playing upon tables. The Lord said it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. Right? The house of mourning is when you afflict yourself. When it comes to fasting, right? You abstain from the folly and the jollity of this wicked nation. Right? This is everything that America promotes. Freak off, engage in your sensual pleasure, do what makes you happy, do what makes you feel good. Right? So America pretty much teaches you to uphold the flesh. Right? The Lord is teaching us to kill the flesh. When you read Colossians, the 3rd chapter. Read on.
For that is the end of all men.
That's the end of all men. Read on.
And the living will lay it to his heart.
And if you are a true living vessel, you're going to lay these things in your heart. You're going to meditate upon these things as it states in Psalms chapter 119, verse 15. Right? So we have to meditate on these precepts, realize, understand, and know that gambling is not for our health, man. It's not for our cause. We have to abstain from these different things. You got it.
All right, give me the book of Sirach, chapter 11, and start at 17. Like, brothers bringing it out, man. Got to touch on this gambling. Right?
Book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 17.
Right?
The gift of the Lord remaineth with ungodly.
Right, so the gift of the Lord remain with the godly man. Right, if you're a godly man, the Lord will reward you. Right, read.
And his favor bringeth prosperity forever.
Right, because you will get prosperity forever, man. Because what is promised to those who's keeping the commandments as Israelites, right, by nation, is the kingdom. And that's going to last forever, right, other than this carnal money. Right, read.
Verse 18. There is that waxes rich by his weariness and pinching.
Right, his weariness and pinching. Right, pinching is going into penny pinching. Yep. Now, what's weariness? Let's look that up. Weariness. Right, Wariness.
Bring it out, all
right? Right, let's look up that definition. Him that waxeth rich by his penny pinching, right, not giving to the poor, not giving alms, and his weariness. Right, bring this out. Right, it says, we go look at that next definition. It says lack of trust, his mistrust, his unease, his skepticism. Right, now what are you ultimately doing when you're gambling? You're distrusting in the Lord. You're trusting in yourself. Right, if you out there gambling.
Trusting in your hand.
right? You're not trusting in the Most High. You're trusting in, that machine you pulling, man, trying to get that extra money. Because the Lord said, hey, his favor is with those that's godly forever, right? So whom that's waxed rich by weariness and passion, read on.
And this portion of and this is the portion of his reward.
Right, read.
Whereas he saith, I have found rest.
Right, I hit the mega millions, man. Right, I won $5,000, right, read.
And now will eat continually of rest.
It's like of my goods.
Such like it, my goods.
Right, read.
And yet he knoweth not what time shall come upon him.
Right.
And that he must leave those things to others and die.
Right, and that's what happened to these people, man. When they hit the mega millions and things like that, they usually, or not you, they go broke, man. They spent all the money because they didn't have to earn it at all, right? So they just spent all the money. They don't know what they're doing with the money. You got an account where somebody won $20,000, they bought a $15,000 chain in Detroit, man.
Yep. Yeah.
Right?
He get snatched.
And then he got robbed.
Snatched.
So he gave that to others, man. Right? The Lord could have put him to death, man. He could have got killed over that chain. Right? Keep reading.
Be steadfast in thy covenant.
Right?
And be
conversant
therein.
Right?
And wax old in thy work.
Right. So you're supposed to wax old in your work, man. You're not supposed to try to gain riches suddenly, man, because the Lord can do that for you. We'll read the next verse. Read.
Marvel not at the works of sinners, but trust in the Lord.
Right, and that's that weariness, that lack of trust, right?
And abide in thy labor.
Right.
For it is as an easy thing in the sight of the Lord, on the sudden to make a poor man rich.
Right, so you got to trust in the Lord, man, not the work of your own hands, a.k.a. gambling. Right, that's how the Lord feel about it, man. You go ultimately get put to death, and somebody else go eat of those riches because you didn't labor in it. You didn't abide in your labor. Right, with that I yield.
God, you can get Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. God. The book of Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7.
Oh, okay.
All right, brothers, we got to get into this thing because, Jake, this might be something he's struggling with. You may not want to bring out, but, you got it, King.
The instruments of the church book of Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 7. The instruments also of the cherub are evil. He devises the wicked devices to destroy the poor.
See that? Esau sets up these casinos, right, ultimately to entrap the poor. You try and Google, King, are there clocks in the casino? Google, are there clocks at the casino? Esau, when he makes certain buildings, there's always a reason behind how it's made, why it has this, why it has that, right? Now you'll see right here, I can't read. I can't see all that far.
Casinos don't have clocks or windows because they want to keep players focused on playing games. Casinos make more money the longer you play, and clocks distract players. By giving them a reference for how long they have been playing, casinos don't have windows for the same reason.
See, that's a crafty device, man. Esau set it up like that for a reason. It's all smoky, and not only that, it's dark, it's nasty. You got them 80-year-olds that just smoking. It's kind of loud. There's a whole lot of demons in there. I kind of walked in there one day because I had to use the bathroom in Greektown. And it was filthy, man. All I saw was old people just smoking. And they riding in his seat, kind of soiling themselves. Just 777. They got all them chains, big-ass, bag of chains, just plopping it in there, throwing away their money, wasting their time and their life, man. And they don't got clocks in there because, they want you to spend all your time in there and worship that damn slot machine. If it was clocks in there, they'll say, okay, all right, I got 30 more minutes, and then I got to go feed my kids. No, come on, brother. Your money is down the drain. Now your kids kind of crying, Daddy, where's the food? He said, it's rough day, my man.
You got certain jakes, Salaki, you got certain jakes that gamble their rent money.
Yeah.
Right, they gamble their rent money, their light bill money, their water bill, right? Then they gamble it all to death, man.
Hey, if brothers seen that TV show Squid Games, you know all about it, man. That man had a gambling addiction. He had that money. He was about to do some stuff for his kid. He said, I might as well. That's a demon on you, man. It's so dark, and the casino's a filthy spot. You trying to read that verse one more time, King? In Isaiah 30. Con, you got it.
I just had a point on the casino. When you actually winning, they actually give you free like champagne, man.
Yeah.
Because they want you to keep playing. That's why they allow you to smoke in there. Right? You ain't not supposed to smoke in public places anymore.
Yeah.
But there, they want you to stay. Right? That's why you looking around. You don't know what time of day it is. Like you said, you just saying that.
And they got they got the ladies wearing nothing. Oh, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. That's Esau kind of, putting that spirit on them. You got it, King.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 7. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth the wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
And that's what that casino is. It's a wicked device to destroy the poor. You understand? That's all it is. You're not going to, you can't walk into a casino with good spirits think you're going to get edified. That's going to destroy your mind, and your soul's going to wither away along with your money, man. So you had a point? Gone.
Well, the elder had a
Okay,
point,
yeah.
elder.
Oh, go. You got it, King. Whoo, you see that?
That's a demon, man.
Yeah, it's a demon.
It's like if
gotta
people who
I gotta
couldn't
freeze
hear,
up.
the elder just basically told us somebody basically got a disabled wife, 7 kids, and they gambled all their money away. He had got a loan, but he gambled the loan away.
At the casino.
That shut up and take my money spirit, man.
All right. You got a precept, brother?
Wicked.
I got one after you. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 10. Right? So what we showing Israel is these things are not convenient. These are things that we are not to do as the chosen people of the Lord. No gambling, no worshiping money, no coveting after money, no lusting after money. Okay, now bring this out, brother.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver.
Hey, if you love silver, you're not going to be satisfied with that silver.
You always need more.
Right? Read on.
Nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity.
This is what?
This is also vanity.
So that's a vain thing for you to love money, gold, and silver because you're not going to never be satisfied. You're not going to never have enough of the riches and the wealth. Right? Now give me.
It's like I got a point on that.
Con, you got it, brother.
Like you got damn Big Sean, you got a rap line where he said, I seen Puff and Hove on the coast, $1 million never seemed so broke, right? And this is thing Jake yearn for $1 million. Then once they get there, now you around circles where this person got 50 million. Right. Now once you get 50 million, now you around a circle, you got 500 million. And it's just never enough, man. Yep. So that's what's going to keep happening. Jake don't be content, man.
Yeah, we're going to get into that because the Lord said you have to be content. In whatever state you in, that's in the book of Proverbs, the 30th chapter. But give me 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. And Doc, you look up on Google dopamine from gambling. All right? Because we're going to get into the science behind gambling. Yeah, you get a high. You get a sense of euphoria. Okay?
Winning and losing.
So dopamine from gambling. When you gamble, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter that makes you feel excited. You expect to only feel excited when you win, but your body produces the neurological response even when you lose.
Mm-hmm. You get
Right?
that rush.
You get that rush. You get that high. You get that sense of euphoria when you out there gambling, man. Now, give me 1 John chapter 2, verse 15.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
What's in the world? Casinos, gambling,
Prostitution.
dice, prostitution, right? All these feel-good things that man loves. All these things are of the world. Read on.
If any man love the Father, the word of the Father is not in him.
No, you got to read that again.
Oh, slack it. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right, that's playing upon tables. If you love the world, you got to I love life, brother. Right, they got that Mitch spirit all paid in full, always smiling.
I love the
right,
hustle.
I love the game. I love the hustle. I love getting this money. Right, so they got that spirit of love of the world. Read on.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
The what?
The lust of the
It
flesh.
say the lust of the flesh. And when you in there gambling, you lusting, man. Right, you're coveting after evil things. Read on.
And the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but it's of the world.
Right. So again, gambling becomes lust-filled because we just read the science behind it. You get a release of dopamine, right? That feel-good neurotransmitter, right? So that all comes from gambling, man. So we showing you that this is a lustful thing, right? And this is why people, they are addicted to going to the casinos. Right? You have to be addicted to the ministry of the Lord.
That's right.
You have to be addicted to keeping the commandments. Right? You have to be addicted to having faith in the Lord. Right? These are the things that you must addict yourself to, man. Not no damn gambling, man. Not going to the casino. Not spending all your money. Not you giving Esau all your money, man. Right? You literally taking out all this hard-earned money that you work for and giving it to the so-called white man. Like he's not rich enough. Right? So with that, I yield.
Hey, I got a lot of stories. I got a lot of family members that struggle with that, man. And whew, it's terrible, man. It's awful. And so I got a grandfather. I'm not going to say which side, whether it be my mom's or my pops. But nonetheless, it's my grandfather. And he kind of said, hey, boy, it's a trick when you're on them slot machines. There ain't no trick to being on the slot machine, man. It's a risk. You're gambling. Do you know the definition of gambling? Right. You try to Google it one more time, King? Because, Jake, I don't think you know the definition of gambling. You think that there's some type of maneuvering and skill and strategy to being on a slot machine. Yeah. There's zero strategy. You just tossing your money down the drain, hoping for the best. You trying to read that, King? Whoever?
I read it. Gambling. Play games of chance for money. Bet. Take risky action in the hope of a desired result.
See that? And they even do that on the horses, right? Oh, I heard, them horses, when you bet on a horse, they got them exotic names. Lucky number 7. I don't know, Pilly Boy. They got Thunder. I heard Thunder, he was doing good. But don't put your money on the other guy. And they always got a source, too. That's how you know you got a problem. How'd you know there was a source? Where you getting this information from? You put on all your time and effort. That's wickedness, man. Now you're knowledgeable in wickedness. And it's not even profiting you much. And he even say,
it's a gambling is the wagering something of value of an event with an uncertain outcome with the intent of winning something else of value.
So it's uncertain if you're going to win. Yeah. So there's no strategy in that. You can't tell me there's a strategy when the uncertain it's uncertain. Yeah, it makes no sense.
They do that with football games, basketball games. They literally bet. You're not there physically playing out the game. How can you be certain that you're going to win? Right? And then they say gambling thus requires 3 elements to be present. Consideration, risk, and a prize.
Hey, man, I don't know about y'all, but I don't like taking risks. Not with my money. Yeah. So, casino is the last place you're going to find me, man. Yeah, that's off. That's very wicked. And one last point, he said, hey, it's a trick, boy. You got to find out one slot. I know where that slot is, but I won't tell you. I said, what are you talking about? It's folly, man.
So you got to find a certain spot.
Yeah, you got to kind of, it turned into superstition. You got to kind of do it a certain way. You got to look at it a certain way. And, I was like, okay.
That's
okay.
demons.
Yeah, it's demons.
That's all demons playing on your mind. Okay, I got to do it this way.
That's like Jake playing their birthday.
Yeah. Yep. It play my birthday. Whatever that means. So, hey.
I guess Iraq 31-1, man. See that? Like Jake, all his whole mind is consumed on gambling so much, he think it's a trick to the machine. Man, you put your money in, you pull it, man. And it's by chance and random. Bring that up.
Book of Iraq, chapter 31, verse 1.
All right.
Watching for riches consumeth the flesh.
You see that? Watching for those riches, hey, that consumes your flesh, man. Because your mind is just occupied instead of on the Lord, instead of fasting, instead of prayer, parables. Your mind is occupied literally on watching for riches. So much it consumes the flesh. Right? Like he said, they got these sources and they saying you can manipulate the machine, and their mind is driven strictly on trying to get rich. You got a point?
Quick point. It was another family member. It's an old Pokemon game, right? On old Pokemon games, you could gamble on it. I don't know if brothers know, but yeah, brother know about it. So you can gamble on it. And, we showed this one family member. He said, look, let me play it. I get you the money. We didn't know any better. We gave him the device, the Game Boy, and he lost his mind on it. And then, in the game, you have money, and he lost all the money. He said, give me some more money and give it back to me. I said, it's not having a real life.
Got a precept.
Well, I want to finish this precept out. Right, keep reading on that.
and the care thereof driveth away sleep.
You see that the care thereof go drive away sleep. Now jump to verse 6. So right, 31 and 6.
Gold have been ruined of many, and their destruction.
Start at 5.
That's like it. He that loveth gold shall not be justified.
Read.
And he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof.
Right, read on.
Gold have been the ruin of many.
Right, gold have been the ruin of many. Read.
And their destruction was present.
Read.
It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it.
Right, you're basically making gold money your god, man. When you're addicted to gambling, you're making gold your god. Like I said, you waxing rich by that weariness, that lack of trust in the Most High. Right, read.
And every fool shall be taken therein.
Right, and then now you're taken by that lust of that money. It's a stumbling block. Like literally, if they actually sit down, budget out, and weigh out all the wins and losses, hey man, I bet it's a huge difference, man. Like they lost way more than they won. Mm-hmm. Right, you got people that spending $5 a day buying lottery tickets. Then they win every 2 years, man, $300. But they didn't spent thousands of dollars, man. Right?
I had to make a point. I don't know if you brother seen the movie Mo Better Blues, some Spike Lee character.
Yep.
He was gambling his life till he got his he had to pay the cost at the end. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Brother.
Yep.
Yeah. Brother's got it, man. I've seen a lot of gambling movies, man.
Yep.
Y'all seen Lucky Number 11?
Yep.
They see that. His family got jammed up.
Give me Psalms chapter 32 and verse 9. Right? Because again, that goes back to having no understanding. Right? That goes back to being foolish, man. Right? For you to take your hard-earned money, right? You didn't work 40 hours out the week, and then Friday, once you get paid, you go to casino and lose every dollar. That's foolish. Now give me Psalms chapter 32, verse 9.
Book of Psalms, chapter 32, verse 9. Be ye not as the horse or as the mule, which have no understanding.
Right? Don't be like a horse and a mule that doesn't have any understanding. Read on.
Whose mouth must be held, and with bit and bridle.
Right? To control a horse or a mule, you got to hold their mouth by bit and bridle. Read on.
Right. Lest they come near unto thee.
Right? So the point is, don't be like a horse or a mule. Don't be like a dumb, illegitimate animal, man. Right? You have to have understanding in this truth, man. You have to have wisdom. Now give me Romans chapter 7 and verse 7. Right? Romans chapter 7 and verse 7.
Book of Romans chapter 7 verse 7.
Right?
What shall we say then? Is it law? Is it sin? Yahweh forbore. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law, for I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet.
So that's what lust is when you covet. Right? And the scriptures say, thou shalt not covet. You're not supposed to covet out the money, right? Evil things, wicked things. Now give me 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 8.
That's right.
Right? So you can covet out the money, man. People desire and yearn. People steal, rob, and murder for money, man. You got hitmen out here.
Yeah.
Right? You got Jake to get paid to go kill somebody else.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Right? You got prostitutes out here, right? They degrade themselves and sell their body for money. Okay, you got drug dealers. Right? Jake literally down in the kitchen, got the pot, cooking it up to go tell to his brother and murder his brother, man. Right? Because that's a form of murder right there. Right? When you selling drugs, whether it be heroin, fentanyl, crack, you murdering and killing your brother. Right? But what they do it for? The love of money. Now give me 1 Timothy chapter 6 and start at verse 6.
Book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 6. But godliness with contentment is a great gain.
Matter of fact, start at verse 1. Right? Because really the whole 1 Timothy, the 6th chapter.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 1.
Right?
Let as many servants as are under the yoke count their own masters, worthy of all honor.
Keep reading, brother.
That the name of Yahweh and his doctrine be not blasphemed. Verse 2. And they that have believing masters, let them not despise them,
right?
Because they are brethren, but rather do them service, because they are faithful and beloved, partakers of the benefit. These things teach and exhort.
Go to verse 5.
Verse 5. Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds.
Of what?
Of corrupt minds.
Of corrupt minds. That's playing upon tables. If you go to the casino, if you love money, if you gamble, you have a corrupted mind. Right now, you can repent. Right, you can stop going to the casino. You can pray to the Lord, ask him to forgive you for your sins. You can start walking righteous. Right, it's your choice, man. Right, the Lord said either choose life for good or death and evil in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26. But don't be that brother or that sister that has a corrupt mind and can't stop going to the casino. Keep reading.
And destitute of the truth, supposing the gain is godliness.
Supposing that gain is godliness. And that's what they teach in this world, right? The more money you have, they think, okay, the Lord is dealing with that person. He's rich, he has wealth, he has money. The Lord must be dealing with him, right? But that's a misconception, man, right? Because really the Lord is dealing with the lowly, poor man of the earth, right? That's in James chapter 2 and verse 5. Bring that out real quick, King. Okay. Right, James chapter 2, verse 5. Right, the Lord is not dealing with the man with the biggest mansion. Right, he got the decked out cherry red,
Right.
SRT. Right, the Lord not dealing with that man. Bring it out.
Book of James, chapter 2, verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not Yahweh chosen the poor of the world, rich in faith?
See that? That's playing upon tables. The Lord chose the poor man of the earth, but he's rich in faith. He's rich in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because that's the greatest riches on the earth, for you to have wisdom, for you to know yourself, right? For you to know the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. That's in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 13 on down. Now, Salakia, go back to 1 Timothy chapter 6.
It's like it was laying me back on that point just real quick.
All right, but
Just real fast. I'll just read it real quick. To land me back on the point of the Lord dealing with the poor man. It's real quick. This is the book of Matthew chapter 19, verse 23. It says, Then said Yahweh Shah to his disciples, Wherefore I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. All right, that's just to land me back off the point the brother bringing out. As far as the Lord dealing with the poor man of the earth, he's not dealing with the so-called rich. Because you got celebrity, the first thing they do is, I want to thank God, this, that, and the third. Well, hey, Satan gave that to you, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because Satan can bless you just as the Most High can.
Yep.
Right? It's a just balance. That's in Proverbs chapter 11 and verse 1. Right, yeah, so yeah, the Most High, Yahweh Shah, he can bless you, but Satan can also bless you with riches and wealth of this world. Right? But it comes with a tab. Right? It comes with a payback. Right? You had Kanye West say, look, I sold my soul to the devil.
Yeah,
right? What'd he say? I sold my soul. It was a crappy deal, but it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
Yep.
So that's off, man. So yeah, you know, when you sell your soul, you sell out to the so-called white man. He give you the money. He give you the cars.
Yep.
He give you the riches, the wealth, the woman. But guess what? You got to pay that thing back, man.
That's right.
Right? Now give me 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 5 again. Salakia.
6 and 5?
Yeah.
Book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 5.
Right.
Perverse disputings of men of corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing the gain is godliness. From such withdraw thyself.
Salakia. So you got to withdraw yourself from these kind of people, man. Supposing that gain is godliness. They walking around with the fat pockets talking about, yeah, I know the Lord, right? I go to church every Sunday, right? Hey, these pastors, man, they kind of got it big, man. Pastor be riding around in the caddy, right, with his seat all the way laid back with his big-ass church hat on, right, kind of looking around, right? Yeah.
He got the rollie on.
Yeah, he got the rollie on. He kind of out the window with the rollie, right, talking about praise the Lord, man. Right? Bring it up. Go to verse 6. Yeah, the Lord said these pastors are greedy dogs. Yeah. That's in 1 Timothy 56, Isaiah chapter 56, verse 10. He said they are brutish. They have no understanding.
Like a horse.
Keep reading, brother.
Verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain.
But godliness with contentment is great gain. You see that? So you can be godly. You can keep all the law, statutes, and commandments, but you have to be content as well, man. Right? Whatever state that you in. Hey, Paul was in prison in the book of Philippians, man. But guess what? He didn't murmur. Right? Let me get that real quick. Philippians chapter 2, verse 14. It say, do all things without murmuring and disputings. You see that? So Paul was in prison, locked up. But guess what? He didn't murmur. He didn't dispute. He didn't complain within that situation that he was in. So you have to have the same spirit, man. You may kind of short a few dollars. I'm kind of down and out, kind of broke. But guess what? As long as you got Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, hey, you have great riches. right? You're of great substance, okay? Keep reading on to that.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it's certain that we carry nothing out.
We brought nothing into this world. When you came into this world, you didn't have money, right? You didn't have a big wad of cash out of your mother's womb, right? You didn't have a damn car out of your mother's womb, right? You didn't have a damn gold and silver chain wrapped around your neck when you came out of your mother's matrix, man.
That's
No,
right.
right? You had nothing. Naked came you into this world, and naked you're going to leave, man. Keep reading.
And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content.
As long as you got food and raiment, you have to be content. Now, you might not have the best clothes, man. You might been wearing the same shoes for 7 years, man.
Yep.
You got to deal with it, man. As long as you got those shoes. There's certain people that don't got shoes out here, man.
Those are yours at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You got to deal
It's
with
certain people that don't got food out here. You see a lot of homeless Jake, right? They skin cleaving onto their bones. They haven't ate in a period of 14 days. And you complain, I don't want that. That look nasty, right? Hold on, brother. You throwing away whole plates, man. Right? You got to be content. Read on.
Slack it.
Verse 9.
But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition.
Read on.
Verse 10, for the love of money is the root and all of evil.
For the love of money is the root of all evil. Right? It didn't say money per se is the root of all evil. It's the love of it. Right? Because the Lord also said money is the defense. I believe that's in Ecclesiastes 7:16. Or it might be 12. Right? So it's important to have money to keep you away from, poverty.
Right.
But you can't lust after it and love it to the point where you're going against the laws of God. Right? To the point where you killing your brother, you degrading yourself, you stealing, you robbing. Right? Because the Lord said riches gotten by vanity, that shall be diminished. Right? So the point is, Scripture say, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Read on.
Which while some coveted after
How do you covet after it? Through gambling. Read on.
after they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Right, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Because again, you go to that casino, you gamble all your money, you lose all your rent money, now you out on the street. Right now your wife yelling at you. Now your kids crying because they don't have food because you gambled away their money. Now you have pierced yourself through with many sorrows. Right? Case in point with the elder brung out. Okay?
That's right.
One more. I read it. Verse 11. But thou, O man of Yahweh, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness. That's plain upon table. You got to flee the love of money and follow after those things which are good.
See that? I got two, and then you got to bring out, what we're going to get? Proverbs 13 and 11.
Yep.
Most I don't like lazy man. You know, you can't sit on your ass and expect a wad of money just fall in your lap like that. All right?
That's spookism, man.
Yeah, spooky.
Right? That's what my dad always. Spookism, man. You got to work. Right?
Spookism.
Faith without work is dead, man.
God.
Right? You can't lie down like a big ass sloth. Right? If you motionless, you pretty
What's
much
going
dead,
off,
man. If
man?
you motionless, you dead, man.
That's off. If brothers out there, that's off, man.
Mm-hmm. It'll come to me.
You expect money to just down fall out the sky. You just lay down in bed. I got it. Then the money fall out the sky.
They ain't complaining like, damn, why don't I got nothing?
Yeah, where's my money at? Where's my money? Pat in your pockets. Brother, go get a job. Get a job, brother, and they ain't got your money.
There you go.
Bring it out, King.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished.
Right? Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. Right? In other words, gambling, right? That's wealth gotten by vanity. And it's going to be diminished. Why? Because the way the casinos are built up, they want you to lose money. They don't want you to gain money.
God.
And even if you do gain a whole lot of money, they jam you up. You know, they kind of take you to that dark, nasty room. You got that big guy that crack his knuckles.
Right.
And the other short guy with the suit and tie talking about, you know, how you getting all this money.
Yeah.
You know, they start interrogating you,
Yeah, if you
kind of
raise
rough
too
you up a
much.
little.
I believe that was on the movie, The Rundown, with The Rock, man. They kind of took him to the back room.
Yeah.
He's cracking their knuckles.
Yeah.
Right.
If
Right.
you win too much, they will question you.
Yeah, they gonna
Yeah.
like, what the hell you doing? What's your secret?
Oh.
Or they might kind of say, hey, get out of here. Now it's not illegal to count cards.
Yeah,
It's not illegal to do a whole lot of stuff in the casinos. But if they catch you, you're gonna get jammed up.
Yeah.
You know.
Cause you pretty much destroying their whole ordeal, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this man coming here thinking he gonna win all. I wanted him to lose. I want him to lose so I can have his money.
Yeah, right.
But if you're winning, you're taking their money, man.
It's like if you gambling and you thinking they in your best interest, you're wrong, man.
Yeah.
It was
Straight
Yeah,
up.
you an asshole if you think that, man. Bring out Sirach 11 and 14. That's
I was
facts.
about to say that ring, man.
Casino was made for you to lose money.
Sirach 11 and 14.
Book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
Right, riches don't come from you at the end of the day. Now, on the carnal level, you can work and get your money, but at the end of the day, it's all of the Lord. You can't force yourself to get money, right, above what the Lord wants you to get. And one more in 2 Maccabees 2 and 2. Yeah, because brothers will lose their mind. You got certain brothers in this truth, hey, they just, Most High allowed them to get that much money. Because Most High know they're not going to corrupt themselves with it.
Yeah.
Hey, so if certain brother get all that money, he'll lose his damn mind. He stopped giving alms. He kind of show up with a rollie. 2 rollies on his wrist. Shalom, brothers. That's off.
I got a quick.
You're not moving in the right spirit. The Most High don't want you to have all that money. Real quick, you can bring it out.
I got a book of Second Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 2.
Hold on, you got a quick point.
I was gonna say because having money it comes with discipline, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right? They say more money, more problems, man. Right? Everybody asking you for stuff. You got to be disciplined now, man.
Yeah.
You a billionaire now. Hey, man, that's a hard thing to be. Right? To be a billionaire, all this money in your bank. Right? You kind of figure out how you're gonna invest, what you're gonna do with it, how you're gonna save it. Right? So